about string literal versus new keyword. So this is an important video in terms of interview purpose and also for updating your knowledge with the inner working of JVM for string concepts. So here there are two ways by which we can create the string. So we have already seen that thing in the previous video. In this video we are going to explore the differences between string literal and new keyword. So this is the first approach by which we are creating string test1 equal to Rakesh, string test2 equal to Rakesh. Here there are two variables, test1 and test2. Both are having the same data, Rakesh. So we know that there's the same data, but JVM also knows the same thing. So what JVM does is it does the following thing. So let us imagine a memory concept in JVM. So JVM allocates some part of heap memory for some purposes. So for example, here JVM allocates some part of memory, which means string constant pool, some part of memory for string constant pool, and remaining memory could be allocated for some other partitions, and the remaining, which is some 50% of memory, is used for commonly, which means common pool. Common pool means in which we can store the objects, which means Java stores the objects in common pool. So the dedicated percentage may vary from system to system. So I have just told the some random percentage. So this is string constant pool dedicated memory by JVM in heap memory for storing the string data, string values. So what it does is, so first JVM executes this statement. So while executing this statement, what JVM does is JVM checks the string constant pool first. So it will check the string constant pool. If this value, which is Rakesh, is already, if the Rakesh value has already existed in this string constant pool, then it will return the reference of that existing value to the variable. So since this is the first time, since this is the first line of the execution, the Rakesh data wouldn't be present in the string constant pool. So what it does is it will create the string, this Rakesh data, and it would be put in string constant pool, and it would return the reference of that value to this test1 variable. So while executing the second statement, what it does is it will check whether Rakesh data is already present in this string constant pool. In this case, Rakesh data is already present in string constant pool. So what it does is it will try to return the reference of the existing data to this test2 variable. So by doing this way, what it would improve is it improve the efficiency. So since it already uses since it is using the existing data, existing value, instead of creating or duplicating the existing value, it is saving some memory, and also it is improving the performance. So that's the power of JVM. So this is the these are the advantages of string literal. So when it comes to new keyword, what it does is it will try to create new object every time when we call this when we try to execute this kind of syntax. So here new is the important keyword. Whenever you type new keyword, what it does is it will try to create the new object, even though the same data is present already, even though the same data exists already, it will try to create the new object. So here the performance would be degraded a little bit when compared to string literal. So we will try to explore that using this diagram. So here we have two variables, test1 and test2. So both we are trying to create the string for test1, test2 using new string syntax. So while trying to create this, what it does is JVM internally creates two objects. This is for test1 and this is for test2. And then while executing the first statement, what it does is it will try to check whether Rakesh data is already present in the string constant pool. The reason behind that is whenever we store the string values, that values would be stored only in string constant pool. So while using new keyword, what it does is creates a new object, new extra objects in JVM common pool, memory, and this object will point to this Rakesh data, and then this object's reference will be written to this test1 variable. So similarly for test2, what it does is it will try to create new object. This object will point to Rakesh data, and then this object's reference will be written to the this test2 variable. So here these two objects are over burden for JVM. These are two objects that are unnecessary, but they got created. So we can overcome these two objects using string literal. So these are some differences between string literal and nuke keyboard. So thanks for watching.